Well, recently there was some articles that came out, and there was an unreleased interview with Kobe attacking Shaq. Do you know about this? Okay, so let me get everyone up to speed who doesn't. So I guess it was their final season, Shaq and Kobe. There was a statement that was issued through Jim Gray, a writer.
Yeah. Journalist.
A journalist.
Well, let's say who Jim Gray is. So Jim Gray also was the one who was talking to Mike Tyson after he bit off Holyfield's ear. Jim Gray is also the one talking to Pete Rose. Jim Gray is also on the podcast with Tom Brady. So Jim Gray has been in the middle.
Yeah.
All right. He's been a friend of mine for 40 years.
Woo.
All right. I talked to him a month ago. His wife put me on FaceTime with him. We were getting on a flight out of Atlanta. I'm telling you, but Jim Gray is blessed enough to be in all of the places that are important. So when it comes out of Jim Gray as a journalist, you got to understand it's coming.
Legit.
It's legit.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
So basically, in the statement from Kobe, it was 3 or 4 paragraphs long, and it was an unmitigated slaughter, calling out Shaq on everything. It was like he had saved this up for years. It was about Shaq delaying his toe surgery and burning part of the season to recover from it. Shaq not being in shape. Kobe considered himself much more committed to the game. Kobe lived and breathed it and was obsessive about it, and Shaq was not. Kobe said that a guy selling donuts at the 7-Eleven had more pride in his job than Shaq did. Called him out for being fat, lazy, the whole surgery thing, everything else like that. And I guess that all hell was about to break loose, and they didn't put the article out because Jim Gray's relationship with Shaq. But Shaq actually found out about it, and he went ballistic.
And then Shaq left the end of that next summer. He wanted to be traded.
Yeah.
And they were able to do a deal with Miami. One, we're only going to see you twice a year. 2, Pat Riley is giving up, hey, bring him down here. It's the end of his career. It'd be good for him. He's out of Florida. Everything worked out for him. And he realized that Kobe was the future of the Lakers.
Yeah, I guess that Gray had reached out to Shaq for a response, but he refused and he threatened to kill Kobe. We're learning about this.
But I tell you, Shaq said it too. Nobody that we know that we've worked with was as committed to this game than Kobe. It became a crazy obsession to the point where a lot of players put a gym in their house, right? But when you watch with him and his daughter, and there's weights over there, and there's the court, and he has on flip-flops, and no matter what, he has to be on that court, that's obsessive. But it worked for him.
Yeah, it did. Shaq basically started calling him Trader Gray. He said, "Oh, here comes Trader Gray." We just wouldn't talk to him.
But think about what happened. And I'm going to say this because it caused the reaction in Shaq that we had never seen. And now we understand why we saw this reaction in Shaq. Kobe says that article doesn't come out. It's going at that point. Mm-hmm. It's terrible. The next summer, Shaq comes out on September 8th. This thinnest we've ever seen him since he was drafted on Miami. They do this whole big thing, the MTV Awards in Miami, and Shaq is in the best shape we had ever seen him. That's to prove I'm not fat, I'm not lazy. Yeah. Look at what. But it took that, and it took Pat Riley saying, "Hey, you got to ride the bike." Because in Pat Riley, you got to ride the bike half an hour or 45 minutes before you practice. And you're in it. You're in a spin class. So he got him in shape because he was injured, right? So you can't really do anything unless you do the arm tread. But what it did is it lit a fire under Shaq that made Shaq win a championship that year.
Right.
So I remember that. And I'm not going to say anybody is lazy, but Shaq had an infinity of gaining weight. right? Phil Jackson, when we first got here in 2000, was like playing him as much as he can because he was like, if I can't get him down to the weight, I'm going to have him in playing shape. By the time we were going to the playoffs, Shaq was in the best shape I had seen him in a long time. But he was not in the shape he was that when he went to Miami for that first time to prove that article and Kobe and everybody wrong. So it lit a fire. It was a blessing. What did Nietzsche say? I know philosophers would say, amor fati. You know, it's you have to love the fate. You have to enjoy. You have to enjoy it and understand that all of those things put you right where you are. Everything you're not makes you everything you are. I think Kanye said that.